Imagine this. It's the dead of night over the vast, dark waters of the South China Sea. A tiny, almost invisible fishing boat is being harassed. Its crew terrified as a massive Coast Guard vessel from a foreign power looms over them. They're alone, helpless, and hundreds of miles from home. This isn't a scene from a movie. It's the terrifying reality for Filipino fishermen. But what if I told you that high above, an unseen guardian is now watching over them? An eye in the sky that changes everything. On November 13, 2025, something shifted in the strategic landscape of Southeast Asia. The United States Marine Corps quietly deployed MQ-9A Reaper drones to the Philippines. This wasn't just another military exercise. This was a direct response to escalating tensions, a powerful statement, and a game-changer for regional security. So, why now? What are these drones really for, and what does this mean for the future of the West Philippine Sea? Today, we're diving deep into the naval intelligence to uncover the real story behind the Reaper's arrival and what's coming next. First, let's understand what the MQ-9A Reaper is. Forget those small hobby drones you see in the park. This is a 36-foot-long, military-grade marvel of engineering. It's an unmanned aerial vehicle, or UAV, designed for long-endurance, high-altitude surveillance. Think of it as a satellite that can be positioned exactly where you need it. For over 27 hours straight, seeing everything with incredible clarity, day or night, through clouds and haze. Its official name is an ISR platform, which stands for Intelligence, Surveillance, and Reconnaissance. Its primary job isn't to attack, but to see. And what it's seeing in the South China Sea is crucial. The unit that brought these drones is Marine Unmanned Aerial Vehicle Squadron 1, or VMU-1. Their mission: to provide what military planners call maritime domain awareness. It's a fancy term for a simple but vital concept: knowing exactly what is happening on, above, and below the water in your territory. For years, the Philippines has struggled with this. Their maritime territory is enormous, and monitoring every vessel, especially the so-called maritime militia ships used to assert claims, is a monumental task. This is where the Reaper becomes a force multiplier. A single Reaper drone, flying from a base in the Philippines, can patrol vast swaths of the West Philippine Sea. It can track ship movements in real time, identify vessels that turn off their transponders to go dark, and provide crystal clear imagery and data back to Filipino and U.S. command centers. This isn't just about catching illegal fishing. It's about documenting coercion, harassment, and violations of international law. Remember that fishing boat I mentioned? Now, when that happens, there's a high-tech witness in the sky collecting undeniable proof. This evidence is a powerful tool in diplomatic arenas and the court of public opinion. But hold on a second. This whole situation didn't just appear out of thin air. The deployment of these drones is a direct result of the strengthening U.S.-Philippines alliance. This partnership has deep historical roots, but it's seen a dramatic revitalization recently. In 2022, Ferdinand Bongbong Marcos Jr. became president, and there was a noticeable pivot in foreign policy. The new administration moved to reaffirm the Mutual Defense Treaty with the United States, a pact that says an attack on one is an attack on both. This led to the expansion of the Enhanced Defense Cooperation Agreement, or EDCA. This agreement allows the U.S. to build facilities and preposition assets at key Philippine military bases, and it's these EDCA sites that make the Reaper deployment possible, providing the necessary logistical support and infrastructure. This isn't about building permanent U.S. bases. It's about creating shared facilities that allow for rapid, flexible responses to crises. It's a strategic embrace born out of necessity. A direct counter to the aggressive 9-dash line claim that attempts to swallow a huge portion of the Philippines' exclusive economic zone. The drones are a physical manifestation of this renewed commitment. Now, let's talk about the bigger picture. This isn't just about drones. It's about a complete modernization of the Philippine military. For decades, the Armed Forces of the Philippines, or AFP, were focused on internal security threats. But now, the primary focus is shifting to external territorial defense. And the U.S. is playing a major role as a partner in this transition. The Reaper deployment is just one piece of the puzzle. The Philippine Navy is acquiring new frigates, the Air Force is looking at new fighter jets, and the Army is developing coastal defense capabilities. The information gathered by the Reaper drones directly feeds into this modernization effort. It helps the Philippine Navy and Coast Guard know where to send their ships. It provides targeting data for future coastal missile batteries. It helps create a comprehensive, real-time picture of the battle space. It allows a smaller, developing Navy to punch well above its weight by using intelligence to be in the right place at the right time. This is the essence of modern network-centric warfare, and the Philippines is getting a crash course with the Reapers leading the way. You know, running a channel like this and getting deep into the research takes a ton of effort and a lot of caffeine. It's made possible by sponsors who believe in bringing you quality, in-depth content. So I want to take a moment to thank our sponsor for making this video possible. Their support allows me to keep the lights on and the intel flowing. We'll be right back with the most critical part of this story. What happens next? All right, we're back. We've talked about the drones, the alliance, and the modernization. But the big question is, what's the end game? What does the future hold? First, expect to see more of this. The initial deployment of MQ-9A Reapers is likely just the beginning. As the U.S. and Philippine forces become more integrated, we could see more advanced ISR platforms, greater intelligence sharing, and more frequent and complex joint patrols. The goal is to make the cost of aggression so high, and the chance of getting away with it so low, that it deters hostile actions before they even start. Second, this will have a ripple effect across the region. Other Southeast Asian nations like Vietnam, Malaysia, and Indonesia, who also face similar maritime disputes, are watching very closely. The success of the U.S.-Philippines ISR partnership could become a model for them, potentially leading to a network of like-minded nations sharing maritime intelligence to create a united front. This transforms the issue from a series of bilateral disputes into a multilateral stand for a rules-based international order. It's a powerful shift that changes the strategic calculus for any aggressor. And third, and perhaps most importantly, this is about empowerment. For too long, the narrative was one of a small nation being bullied by a larger one. The Reaper drones symbolize a change in that narrative. They provide the Philippines with the vision to protect its own sovereignty. It's not about starting a fight. It's about having the clarity and the confidence to stand your ground. It's about ensuring that Filipino fishermen can make a living in their own waters without fear. It's about upholding international law, not through force, but through transparency. The ultimate goal is a stable and peaceful region where disputes are settled through dialogue, backed by the undeniable truth provided by that silent guardian in the sky. So, the next time you see a headline about the South China Sea, remember that it's not just about ships on the water. It's also about the invisible eyes watching from above. The deployment of the MQ-9A Reaper drones to the Philippines is a pivotal moment. It's a story of technology, strategy, and a powerful alliance standing together for sovereignty and security. The future of the West Philippine Sea is being written right now, and for the first time in a long time, the Philippines has a powerful new pen.